Federal Court of Appeals upholding the conviction of a man who tried to bomb an Oregon Christmas event. Muhammad, there's his picture, appealing his conviction, saying that he'd been set up by the FBI. He also argued that the government collected his emails without a warrant. What about that? Let's bring in our legal panel. Lise Wheel, Fox News legal analyst. Bob Bianchi, who's a criminal defense attorney, former head county prosecutor. Good to see you both. So, Lise, entrapment is police coercion, getting you to do something you wouldn't otherwise do. Is this entrapment?
No, not at all, because he says it's entrapment, but he sent out those emails. He actually, then the FBI got onto him, right? But he sent out the emails first and foremost. The FBI didn't bring him into it. Then he presses the finger, puts his finger on the trigger, thinking he's actually blowing up something. At that point, the FBI had gotten involved in it, but he thought he was actually blowing something up. So the FBI got involved only after they saw those emails. Then they supplied him with the wherewithal to actually do it, but he was already involved in the activity.
Right, so he wasn't coerced.
No.
All right, Bob, to the other aspect of this case. Did the court get it right when they said, look, the government did not need a warrant to nab this guy's emails?
Absolutely. The terrorism is obviously a huge thing that the government has a significant interest in protecting our community. These emails were seized because of a foreign national that they were being sent to, and during the course of where there is no constitutional protection, the investigation of that foreign national, they found out about the emails from this United States citizen. Of course, they're not going to turn their eyes away from somebody who's trying to plan terrorism. So the court basically said this was a reasonable use of the government's resources, and they did it very narrowly. They did it with court approval at a certain point in time, so it's perfectly acceptable.
All right, I want to move to our second subject. In San Diego, the Unified School District, apparently teachers are making students do push-up positions called planks and all kinds of other things on a hot blacktop. And, you know, the ACLU is complaining, saying, wait a minute, this is over-the-line corporal punishment. Corporal punishment leases physical pain causing students. Is this corporal punishment? Is it lawful?
It depends. You know, it usually is not lawful. There are some cases where they do allow certain teachers, or some cases where they allow the teachers to make the decision. But here's what they went on even further to do in this district. They said the parents could not come in, and they could not come in and complain. And in fact,
they banned them from the campus.
They banned them for 14 days. I am sorry, but are you keeping me off of my child's school district?
They threatened to arrest the parents if they came onto school grounds to complain about corporal punishment. Here is what the school district spokeswoman said in defense. Instead of free play, the students engaged in pre-type activities, including jumping jacks, squat holds, as well as hold the push-up position for 10 seconds. The structured recess was an opportunity to reinforce the importance of safety and following directions, as well as engage in exercise. What do you make of this?
I think this is crazy. And as a person who was a prosecutor in charge of all of law enforcement over the education institutions, what we have here is somebody who clearly was conducting physical punishment towards these kids, who had asthma, who was injured. In fact, kids were, in fact, injured here. This was done in a punitive way where there was an unequal power relationship. And here's the thing. When students are in the care and custody of the schools, they have to act in the best interest of those children. This was over the top, and their failure to be able to even meet with the parents to explain it was ridiculous.
Well, it could be assault. Somebody's going to sue. Right? All right, we're out of time. We've got to leave it at that.
Lise
Wheel, Bob Bianchi, good to see you both.